Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online, and I hope you're having a terrific day wherever you are in the world today. Now, today's topic for discussion is how to not overthink. Now, this is especially dear to my heart because my natural thing is to overthink everything, but we'll get into that later. Okay, but before the end of this video, I'm going to discuss with you why you need to get this handled, why you need to stop overthinking right now, what it's probably doing in terms of acing your future right now if you are overthinking, and what you can do about it. And then I'm going to talk to you about the how of getting it done, how to make the changes, how to finally stop overthinking and make it last. And if you want even more than that, I'm going to give you some resources you can go and check out afterwards so that you can dig deeper. Sound fair? Great stuff. Let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about the why. Why, if you are currently overthinking every scenario, every situation in your life, why you need to stop this and stop this right now. Well, here's the reason why. Because it is one of the major reasons why people procrastinate on doing the things they actually need to do to move them forward. You see, the key to really being successful in life and business or anything that you're doing is to actually take action in the direction of that which you want to show up. Make sense? So if you're always sitting there thinking things through without actually getting started, and I see this in a lot of people that you would call perfectionists, right? They're always hanging on because they don't want to launch the product until it's perfect, or they don't want to do this until it's perfect, and they're always looking for the faults in everything because there are actually ways to stall. They are actually convenient ways to procrastinate even further and put off the job of actually taking action. And that's more prevalent when the action they need to take is something that lies outside of their comfort zone. So one of the key factors in you moving your life and or your business forward in the direction that you want at breakneck speed is, as I've said before, to take the brakes off. And one of the ways of getting the brakes off is to stop overthinking everything. You see, some of the answers you're looking for in that conscious logical thinking, which is, by the way, where all the problems come from in the first place, don't get me started, what that is actually doing is that it's actually stopping you from taking the action required to get you to the next level or to the next stage of where it is that you want to go. So you absolutely need to stop doing this now and start to take action. So as I've said, if you take some action, that's the best advice I can give you. And that comes from a long line, trust me, a long line of very, very deep, probably overactive thinkers. I myself think in many, many layers naturally. That's my default setting, or that was my default setting. I've now changed it to something that's more supportive. I encourage you to do the same using some of the methods I talk about in my videos. But it is on one level, it's a blessing to be able to think that quickly and cover so many subjects. But that fine eye for detail, that digging down, that needing everything to be right all the time, all of that stuff in the end can do a few things that are counterproductive. Not least of all, it can lead to overwhelm, it can lead to confusion, and it will ultimately lead to procrastination and nothing getting done, which benefits no one at all. Here's the thing as well, really there are two ways to get the answers to questions that are created in the physical world on a conscious, logical thought level, okay? One of which is you go inside, you go into meditation, you reconnect with your source, the spiritual side of you, and or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, and you will get the answers. They will show up. That's one way of doing it. Now, in a more physical sense, for those of you who are not yet really fully bought into the spiritual side of things, The other way of getting the answers you're looking for is to take action. Because you'll generally find that when you're looking at a problem or a challenge and trying to think your way through to the answer without actually getting your hands dirty, as it were, it's very, very difficult to do, because mentally you're aware of the challenges. So there is part of the focus, part of your resources is dedicated to focusing on those challenges, those problems getting in your way, those obstacles, whatever word floats your boat, doesn't matter, same thing. Really what you want to do is you want to be focused on the outcome, and that's very difficult when you haven't got there yet. So if you start to do things with absolute faith that the right thing will show up just in time, at the right time, every single time, which by the way is the way it works, and just take action, the result of just taking the action, I should say, the result of taking the action is that the answer will present itself to you. It will naturally fall into place. And all of that thinking, that hard thinking that's been, making you smoke out of the ears, you'll realise is a waste of time, because you're labouring over something that you couldn't possibly know until you get it out there and take some action. And then the logical, obvious solution shows up to you as a natural course of taking that action. Does that make sense? So that's what you need to do in order to move yourself forward and stop overthinking. Okay, so let's talk about the how to get this handled. Now, there are one or two steps I want to discuss with you, depending on what your stance is currently, whether or not you come in from more of a spiritual stance, or whether or not at the moment you see everything in a very practical, kind of hands-on, physical way. Neither of which is a problem, and either way is going to work equally well. Okay, so what you need to do, let's talk about the spiritual side of things first. What I would suggest you do, and I'm going to ask you to actually do this, is think of a problem, a challenge, an issue, whatever you want to call it, that you are struggling to come up with an answer to, that is actually holding you back. And I want you to ask for divine guidance and go within. Meditate for 15 to 20 minutes. Focused on getting that answer. Okay? Take it in with you. Now, here's the thing. With spiritually based things like this, with meditation, when you go inside, go within, I should say, you don't always get the answer the first time. So I implore you to do this for 7 to 10 days. Just keep asking the question. Heck, if you've been sweating over this problem for God knows how long, another 7 to 10 days is nothing if you come up with the right answer. Am I correct? I think I am. I assume I am. So do that. Go in and ask for divine guidance. Ask for the answer. And it will be obvious when it arrives. It will be like a flash of inspiration. And you'll get your answer. And do me a favour, come back, comment, tell me what showed up. Tell me your results. I love to hear. Now, I'm now talking to those of you who are watching this video who come from a more sort of practical, hands-on, physical reality stance. Okay, I want you to do the very same thing. Think of one problem that you've really been struggling with, struggling to overcome and move forward, or to move past. And I want you to actually make a decision on what it is at the moment you think is the most likely course of action you should take. Even if you're not convinced, doesn't matter. I want you to take action in that direction today. Start now. And do that for 7 to 10 days. My lips are disobeying me. Do that for 7 to 10 days and come back and tell me what shows up. I guarantee you will get answers from that little exercise that will completely illuminate things for you, and you'll know what you're doing. It could be that you'll put in the action in that direction, and that 7 to 10 days will tell you that you're going the wrong way and you needed to go that way. But you'll then go that way with a degree of certainty, and certainty is absolutely vital to success. It's one of the major ingredients. Okay, so To the spiritual folks that are watching this video, and to the people who are more sort of physically based, have more of a kind of hands-on approach to everything right now, that's cool. Please just go do what I've suggested and come back and let me know what shows up for you. I'll be delighted to find out. I really would. So that's it. I hope this has been helpful to stop you overthinking. You need to just take a different angle. If what you've been doing up till now, all of this thinking has not been working for you, then just accept that you might need to try a different way. Okay, and what I'd like to add on the end of all of this as well is that it's a really great idea to try to to meditate every single day. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes if you can grab it in the afternoon sometimes, and 15 minutes before you go to bed. Just go quiet inside for a while. Silence the thoughts as much as you can. You can never completely stop them, but as much as you can. Your brain is the one organ in your body that never gets any rest. Never gets any rest. That and the heart, okay? So you need to give it some rest. And honestly, the benefits of that are immediate, and it's just so refreshing. You feel like a new person. So I encourage you to do that also, but do the exercises that I've suggested. Please, you're worth it. Put the work in and the results will show up. If you want more information, or you want to dig deeper on this, or even all things personal development and spiritual growth, then get over to robertcbrown.online. That's robertcbrown.online. Get on my email list, join the community, and let's have some fun together. And all together, hopefully, eventually, we can change this world in a positive way. So I've really enjoyed making the video. Have a great rest of your day. This went on a bit long, so I'm going now. Okay, bye. See you next time. It's Robert here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've really enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe to this channel and come back and see many more doing these things all the time. And if you want to know when the next one comes up, click the little bell and you'll get a notification each and every time we've got a new video up there for you to have a look at. And the other thing is, I nearly forgot. If you love everything to do with personal development, business development, and just getting yourself into a peak state, then you're going to want to get over to my free webinar training, which is going to show you exactly the steps to take to overcome any inner barriers that are stopping you from achieving in life and business right now, and exactly what to do to get that put right and start living the life of your dreams, starting right now. Sounds like a tall order? Promise you, you can do this stuff. Get across to my webinar training. The link is in the description below this video. I hope to see you there. And at the very least, I hope that you click the bell. I hope you subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you back here again soon.